Alright guys, we're back. Here's the game plan for nodes 8. We're going to spread the ability block to everyone on the wave. We're going to take out and control Ghost Rider. We're going to use 2 rounds of Eternal ults. That's right, 2 Icarus ults, 2 Cersei ults. This is going to depend on the power of your team, but the point is you don't need to be shy about doing it. Then node 9, we're going to survive the Killmonger opening, Dormammu stun the Kestrel, stun Captain Sam, and then we're going to clean it up. Let's go watch this. So here we are with node 8. Couple things we're going to do here. We're going to blanket the enemies with the ability block. There's going to be some mandatory targets. We'll talk about that. We're going to control the Ghost Rider with stuns and offense down and slow if we don't have Dormammu. And then we're going to use multiple Eternal ults while still leaving the node prepped for node number 9. So my suggested team, if you do not have Dormammu, is Hela, Adam Warlock, the Eternals, and Ebony Maw. It's a very hard node if you don't have Dormammu, but you're going to have to get through it with Ebony Maw fully alive. So what we're going to do to start this off is we're going to cover the Red Guardian with debuffs. We're going to do that with the Icarus Flip, giving him defense down and bleed. Then the Adam Warlock Special is going to give him ability block and disrupt, and then we're going to spread that with Hela. If you're using Dormammu, you need to absolutely stun this Ghost Rider. If you're not using Dormammu, you need to put the Ebony Maw offense down on him before you start killing the vultures. Otherwise, he will one-shot you. Even my 6 red, 6 yellow characters were getting demolished by him on difficulty 9. So optimally, we want to get everyone the debuffs, but Squirrel Girl and Moon Knight are mandatory. We need to get the ability block on both of them, or we need to reset and keep going till Hela lands it on them. Ghost Rider passive will one-shot people like we said, so we got to keep him stun locked. The second he pops out of it, we're going to put the stun lock back on him with Cersei. If he has offense down from Ebony Maw, it's a little bit harder. You are soaking that damage, but you got to play the cards you're dealt. So it might be tempting to use the Adam Warlock Ultimate as soon as it's available to you, but do not. You need to wait and use that on Web Warriors. If they dodge it, you're probably going to have to back out and reset. But again, that's just something we're going to have to deal with. So the Web Warriors may dodge a lot. Don't be afraid to use the second round of Eternal ults. And that's where that comes from. When Cersei's ult is back up, you're going to see me use it. I don't think I use a second Icarus ult because I just don't need to. But you might. And here we go. We go for the stun on the Web Warriors, and I'm including Symbiote Spider-Man in that. If I got the stun on Punk, I probably would go for him. If I got it on Scarlet Spider, I probably would go for him. But I only landed on Symbiote Spider-Man, and that's fine. We go ahead and take him out. One thing to keep in mind is every time a Web Warrior dodges, they're going to get offense up. We have a lot of tools on this team to take it off. We have Skirmisher on Adam Warlock and on Cersei. Cersei does buff flips in her own right. So as soon as we see an offense up, we want to pull it down before we get hit by a big attack. And as you saw, my Hela died and came back because I had Dormammu. But if Hela had died here, that's fine. I would have just left her dead. And as soon as Ghost Rider gets out of his stun, we're going to hard pivot to him and take him out again. If we start soaking up that damage from his passive, we're going to die. So you see here, I'm attacking the Spider-Punk instead of the Symbiote Spider-Man because I really wanted to flip that offense up. But he just gets another one. And as you see, he'll get it again. It's just this whole game where they dodge like crazy. This video really could have and should have ended here, but they're going to dodge quite a bit more. So we only need to leave this node with the Eternals and Dormammu abilities available. And this is kind of the why you don't need to worry about using a second Eternal ultimate, because they're going to dodge you quite a bit. And then you're going to be able to get it back up in time. And if not, reset and do it until you do have your ults up. You need them for the opening of the next node. But, you know, AI dodging Web Warriors, they're going to dodge you quite a bit. So yes, with Hela and Adam Warlock, we can let them die. We don't need them on the next node. Even if we do not have Dormammu, we'll be fine. And if you don't have Dormammu and you had to bring Ebony Maw, you need to leave with him pretty healthy. We're talking 70 to 80% life. And he needs to be no more than 1 or 2 turns away from his ultimate, and preferably at most 1 turn away from his special. So there you go, we finally break through it. And I'll mention right now, I'm going to be uploading the videos that I did where I did not use Dormammu. It's not pretty, and it wouldn't work if I did those 2 fights back to back, as my Ebony Maw was lost on this first node. I only did a few attempts with it, so I'm confident you can figure it out, but it's going to require a pretty big team. At least for difficulty 9 and up. Make sure I'm still recording, and there we go. It got late when I was doing this. That's a success. Now let's go look at node number 9. Alright, so node number 9 has a very killer opener. The Killmonger damage is insane, so we got to survive that. And if we can't survive it because our Ebony Maw is low, or our Eternals or Dormammu are a little bit too low, what you could do is you could sacrifice. What you're going to want to do is throw in 2 characters. One's going to get killed by the Killmonger passive when Shuri uses her special, and the other one is going to get killed by the Killmonger ultimate. The problem with this is that the rest of the node will no longer have defense up. This kind of sucks because it really hinders your Icarus's damage. I found that this was actually okay when I was doing the non-Dormammu matchup because it let me slow play the first wave a lot better. But if you do have Dormammu, this node is very, very easy. So if you don't have Dormammu, I suggest Ebony Maw, Surfer, the Eternals with Thanos in the middle. Pretty important. You got to take out this trooper. He's a beast. Thanos can easily be used in place of Surfer. The energy that he gives will just make the Eternals pop off like crazy. You don't need to slow play it. You don't need to do anything. So if you have the Eternals and a big Thanos with Dormammu, it's a very easy matchup. And just to reiterate, Killmonger does go before Fury. So as long as you don't pull the Fury ultimate, you really want those summons to come in to feed Icarus the double tap. You'll be okay. And then yes, if you're going to use Surfer instead of Thanos, hold all of his abilities till the next wave. We're going to use them to pull a bunch of deflex, get some defense downs, and with any luck, ability block the Captain Sam. I don't think it lands here, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so it didn't land there. And then yes, no matter what team you're using, you want to have Ebony Maw ultimate up for this exact moment. It pulls off all the deflex, it puts out a killer slow, and it turn meter rewinds, which is huge. As long as we can stun the Captain Sam and the Kestrel, or ability block the Captain Sam and stun the Kestrel, we're going to be fine and we're going to get through this node very easily. There's really only 3 enemies you absolutely have to worry about here, and it's the Shield Trooper in the first node, or first wave. He hits super hard, and then it's Kestrel and Captain Sam. Of course, if Maria does get to cleanse people, that's a problem, but that's a problem that Kestrel and Captain Sam then give you. But yeah, everybody else pretty much dies just collateral damage to the Eternals damage, as well as Dormammu hits. Thanos on this node, very squishy, like very, very squishy. So I found doing a sacrifice when I was using him and not Dormammu was very necessary. But there you go. There goes all the side characters, if you will, the Killmongers and such. Finally, we take out the Kingpin just because he's real low. And then finally the Maria. And I'm not going to actually finish the Maria because I stopped and I started doing the non-Dormammu team. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's going to help you further your Scourge score. I am going to do a Node 10 video. It's going to be pretty long. I did spend 3 hours doing difficulty 10 of it today on stream. So I'm actually going to upload the live stream footage, but I'll dub myself over it so it's not me acting wild like I do on stream. But if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. That video will probably come out sometime tomorrow after work. It is pretty late and I got to work on Monday. But I hope this found you happy, healthy, and having fun. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.